This is a special presentation of Wave 31 Sports.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. We've always been. Yeah, Wave 31 is rocking all right.
Big Game Friday night. Max Cohan, Trevor Denton.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
It's a scene right out of the Iliad, a Trojan war between Athens and Muscle Shoals, the Golden Eagles and Trojans each trying to wear the 6A Region 7 crown in our Game of the Week.
Well, out at Fife, it's the Paul Benefield Bowl. The Red Devils and Rams, the only 3-0 teams in their region. We'll find out which one can get to 4-0 in our rivalry Game of the Week.
Hello and welcome into Big Game Friday night. It is week 6 of the high school football season, and that means now more than ever, every game could be the difference between a 10-game season and one that extends into November.
Yeah, North Alabama, Fife, a program that is feared by just about everybody, but things not off to the best start for the Red Devils. In fact, they entered today with a 3-2 record, and that's their worst mark since 2000. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's the last time Paul Benefield's squad missed the playoffs, but this year both losses have been in non-region games, meaning they were battling Sylvania for the top spot tonight. It's the Rams and Red Devils in the Paul Benefield Bowl, and this wouldn't be a Fife game if Logan Anderson didn't touch the ball. It's the old Red Devil special, and no one can stop it as the Clemson commit goes right up the middle and leaves the Rams in the dust on a long touchdown run. But Sylvania was ready to swing back. Griffin Turner drops back and lets it rip downfield to Landon Pritchett right in the breadbasket and right into the end zone as the Rams respond. But this is Fife football after all, and the Red Devils haven't lost a region game since 2021, and that wouldn't change tonight with the 49-17 win.
Well, we had a couple of kids hurt, didn't get to play, and we was holding on by the threads there. But really proud of our guys. Sylvania got a really good team, and I just think we coming off the defeat last week was really playing a little bit harder, just like desperation a little bit. But we want to be the best by the end of the year, then at the first, and that's when the big games start. And we still got some big ones in the regular season, and we got to get better.
How about another big one? Austin and Huntsville. These teams split their last two meetings with the Black Bears dominating last year. First, J.L. Davis is going to show off his arm talent. Back at his own end zone, he throws it to the opposite hash to Channing Patton for the first down. A little bit later, Davis slings that leather again. He throws a dot to Jackson Potter right into the breadbasket, and Potter jogs in and hops around the end zone. Austin jumping for joy as they win again, 38-13.
In another battle of unbeaten region rivals, Mars Hill and Rogers met for the very first time tonight. Both squads entered the night 3-0 in 3A Region 7, but the Panthers were out for blood tonight. Check out the real Philly special, a perfectly executed tush push that gets William Mann in for the score. They're still hungry for more after that one. The handoff to Caden Chandler, and he'll get the ball over the line as Mars Hill just keeps piling on. Then Mann decides to air it out, and nobody was ready for that one, especially our cameraman. But when Hudson Higgins finally comes back in frame, we'll get the answer to the age-old question, 21, can you do something for me? It's an emphatic yes. Daryl Higgins' squad steamrolling the Pirates 42-7 around the region. The Colbert County Indians enter the night with 3 losses in their region, their most since 2017. They look to pick up just their second win of the season against Colbert Heights, and they end up doing it 49-14. Over in Rogersville, the Lauderdale County Tigers were looking to get things back on track after back-to-back losses. They do it emphatically with a 51-6 rock.
The Randolph Raiders have had an interesting start to their season. In their first game, they were shut out by West Morgan 31-0, and then last Friday, 29-0 by Pisgah. But those were both non-region games, and in between those two losses, they went 4-0, making them the only team in Region 8 with that record. Tonight, they had a chance to make it 5-0 as they traveled to DAR. The Patriots entered Friday without a win in region play, and the Raiders had no plan of
And for you history buffs out there, the Tigers have won their last 2 meetings with the Cats as well, and they come out swinging. Prince Thornton misdirects the defense, throws it out to Garrett Reed in the flats. A wall of blockers and some fancy moves allows him to parade into the end zone. Deschler feeling tricky after this. They go for the onside kick. That is a perfect bounce and an amazing leaping catch by Javion Jackson. Special teams, special players there. Then the Tigers QB sneak it in for the score. What a swing for the Tigers, but here come the Wildcats swinging. Jackson Brewer doesn't see anything he likes downfield, so he brews up something himself with his legs. Call him Cold Brew with the icy run that re-energizes Central, but the Tigers take the bite out of the Cats, winning 21-14. Over at Madison Academy, the Mustangs were looking to trample North Jackson and hand them their first region loss of the season, but the Chiefs have been smoking the competition lately, winning their last 2 by 30-plus points. Their defense has been a big part of that. 4th and 1, Diego Holt comes flying in to make the stop, so they take over possession, and now they're on the move. Haven Massengill catches the swing pass, saunters for the first down. Then they just have no resistance at the goal line. Hassani Jackson keeps it on the Wildcat and goes in untouched for the score. No reason to say sorry to North Jackson. They are for real as they win 18-12. We've seen some great action already, but we're just getting going.
Yeah, don't touch that remote. We've got our game of the week, Athens and Muscle Shoals, coming up right after this break.
Stay tuned for our Big Game Friday night. We're watching Big Game Friday night. Go State! It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
Welcome back in, everybody. Regions are starting not to quite be decided, but we're starting to get some headway in terms of who's got control in those. And here's a game with a lot on the line when it comes to region play. Look at this. We've got Collinsville against Geraldine, the Dogs and the Panthers. Good defensive play there. And then Geraldine, the Dogs on the prowl, running into the end zone there, muscling their way in. An angry pack of Dogs tonight, but here come an angry pack of Panthers as they answer right back with the QB sneak there. Look at the coach there. You got to have the W in Dogs. And look at that shot right there. We were in the huddles tonight, and whatever they dialed up in the huddle, it really worked well this time. Geraldine with some improvisation there, scrambling around, running all the way down the field before finally getting hawked down. And it is the Dogs in this one, 41-27. So great win there for Geraldine, and who knows, that could be a game that helps shape up the region there. So Geraldine with the win, 41-27 in that one. What are we going to next, guys? Help me out here. Yeah. All right. West Morgan and East Lawrence, True Morgan squad, 5-0 to start the season. For many times in a row they've done that. They're known for the flash, but they can also do that. Run it right in down the middle. But here comes East Lawrence. No, actually, that's West Morgan again. We saw the Thunder. Well, there is the Lightning on that one. A long run before finally getting shot down. There we go. Now we know what we're doing here. A little slant over the middle. They know what they're doing there. Running down the field right in stride in that one. And West Morgan, you can see where this one is going as they win 69-6 in this one, Max.
Yeah, Fort Payne, another team that didn't have the greatest start to the year, but hey, they're still perfect in region play. Tonight against Buckhorn, Dax Varnador got the party started with a touchdown pass to Connor Kinsley, but Buckhorn answers the call as Justin Sumlin connects with Devin Chapman, and he's going to high step his way in for the Bucks score. Look at that, that's just style points right there. But then Parker Turley checks in under center for Matt Patterson. The pass is tipped and picked off by Levi Crow, who runs it almost all the way back. Carter Blaylock would finish it for the Wildcats as they run away with this one, 42-7. All right, well, I'm getting tired of talking about the passes, catches, and runs. What do you say we switch things up a bit?
I think that's a great idea, Max. It might be time for our defensive play of the day. That's up next.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday Night.
This is the Muscle Shoals High School Marching Band, and you're watching Big Game Friday Night on Way 31. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, how about that Muscle Shoals Band? That beat? Maybe it explains why they performed so well tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Anytime you hear the drums, that's a battle cry, and we were in for quite the battle tonight.
Yeah, you could say that.
In our Big Game Friday Night Game of the Week. And at this point, many regions can tell which teams will and won't be making the postseason. But that's really only half the battle. Region titles, always the goal, and a win tonight could be a difference maker when it's all said and done and we make those brackets.
Yeah. In 6A Region 7, 3 teams entered the night with perfect region records. Hartselle, Athens, and Muscle Shoals. And tonight, the Golden Eagles and Trojans battled it out, each hoping to stay unbeaten. So let's head out to the Shoals and check in with Paige Meyer, who has our recap of the Game of the Week.
Both teams came into JF Moore Stadium tonight locked in and on a mission. This game was so high scoring that there were 3 touchdowns up on the scoreboard in the first minute and a half of the game. Now, the undefeated Golden Eagles ended up losing their winning streak, with the Trojans taking this one 56-42. 2 teams, 1 undefeated record, and 1 goal. Muscle Shoals starts us off and wasted no time getting to business. On the first play from scrimmage, Samuel Clemens passes to Jacques Green for a 66-yard touchdown run. Athens swings right back with a 52-yard touchdown run by Xavier Edwards. And the 2-point conversion attempt is good, caught in the end zone by Braden Mooney. Muscle Shoals strikes right back with a 58-yard touchdown catch by Ezra Fowler. Sticking with the theme here, another drive, another touchdown with a 4-yard catch right to Athens' James Newby, bringing the score 14-14. We move to the second quarter with a massive 43-yard Muscle Shoals touchdown run by Tari Hampton. And Athens strikes right back with a nice touchdown catch here by E.T. Tyus. And the last touchdown before the half goes to Jacques Green for his 3rd one of the night, bringing the score 35 Muscle Shoals, 21 Athens. I'm joined with Muscle Shoals head coach Scott Baisden here. You just won your game tonight. Tell me, how are you feeling right now?
Well, you always feel good when you get a region win, and I thought we played well at times. We got a lot to clean up, but it's always good to come out of these games healthy and get a win.
Athens is a great team. You just knocked out their undefeated record. How is this making you feel at this time?
Yeah, well, they're in our region, so it's always good to get to where we want to go. We try to win the region, so it's just another step. We got 2 more games coming up in the region, so you got to put this one behind you and play the next one.
Absolutely. So win the region. Is that your main goal for this season right now?
Well, right now in region play, you always want to win and, host a home playoff game. And, so, yeah, it's always a goal to win the region.
Athens was undefeated, and you guys just knocked them out of that 5-0 spot. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's always good when you win a region game. Obviously, I think we give up too many points, but, we had a lot of uncharacteristic penalties tonight. I think we got 5 pass interferences. So, we got a lot to clean up. It's always good to get a region victory, and, it's always good to win at home.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations. Now that wraps it up here at JF Moore Stadium in Muscle Shoals, with Muscle Shoals taking this one 56-42. Reporting in Muscle Shoals, Paige Meyer, Way 31 Sports.
Well, no shortage of points there out on the Shoals. Another incredible game of the week for us. And who knows, that incredible game could just end up being one that decides the region. Keep in mind, though, both of those teams still have to play Hartselle left on the schedule.
Yeah, that's a good one. But let's check in on another tight race. We got 7A Region 4, and I believe we already showed you that game. But you know what? You know what we haven't showed you yet?
Please.
Defensive play of the day. We've been talking a lot about offense. A lot. And I mean long touchdowns, long passes.
Sure.
Not enough about the defense, in my opinion.
Well, can I make a little petition here, Max? What about, instead of even a defensive play of the week, a special teams play of the week? I mean, a kickoff, technically defense, right?
I mean, I guess if we're talking about fantasy football, they do have defense / special teams. So for tonight and tonight only, let's give it a shot.
Let's do it. I love seeing this play over at Deschler. So here's what happened in the setup. They scored a touchdown, right? Most teams, you want to kick it off, maybe get in good field position. No, they do this, an onside kick. And you'll see these in college and the NFL. You won't see ones with as good of a bounce has that. An incredible play by so many different guys in that one. I believe that was Jet Kerr on the onside kick, and then Javian Jackson going up and over the hands team to snag it, and that is our defensive / special teams play of the week in this one. And speaking of teams that have really flipped the script, look no further than Sparkman. The Senators started the season with 3 straight losses, only to follow that up with a 3-game winning streak. Tonight they have the chance to move 1 game closer to a playoff spot as they hosted Bob Jones. History favors the Patriots, who have won their last 3 meetings in this game. They were trailing 10-7 at this point when a congressional hearing of Senators comes in to block the bill. But the Patriots escaped that gridlock. Just a few plays later, Samuel Moore bursting through party lines, going 40-plus yards for the bruising touchdown run. Bob Jones back in front, but the Senators quickly amend that score. Jabari Davis has no term limit on what he can do. That's a long touchdown run to gain back a house majority of the points on the scoreboard. Stop the count. No hanging chads tonight. The Patriots win 56-37.
And how about those Gunnersville Wildcats? Lance Reese's squad is off to a 5-0 start for the 3rd straight year, tonight playing a non-region opponent from Grissom. A 6-0 start not out of the question as they take the field tonight, and the Wildcats were running wild. So wild, in fact, that our cameraman was totally fooled on this Julian Jordan touchdown, but just because you see it doesn't mean it doesn't count. Gunnersville's other speedy back, Nelson Delva, would also make a trip to touchdown land, but again, hard to tell. Either way you look at it, the score will not fool you. Gunnersville wins 51-14.
The Lee Generals have not been in command this season, Max.
Well, we'll show you they found a charge towards their first win of the season tonight, right after this quick timeout.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Watching Big Game Friday night. Go Chiefs!
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
Welcome back in, everybody. No secret the Lee Generals are having a tough start to the season. Just no other way to look at that one.
Yeah, Irving McGuire's squad is off to an 0-6 start. It's their worst start since 2009. Tonight they hope to avoid falling for the 7th straight game as they took on Gadsden City. The Titans have been pretty good this year, scoring at least 40 points in their last 3 games, all wins. And now they're forcing Lee to try and punt out of their own end zone, which is never good, but good news is there's a flag on the play for roughing the kicker. The Generals get a second chance, but it ended up not being much better as there's trouble on the exchange and Gadsden City falls on it and takes over in enemy territory. The Titans would not waste their chance. A handoff to TJ Worthy is worthy of a touchdown, putting the visitors up early, and Gadsden says no chance to Lee, winning 55-0. Now 6A Region 8 has been weird this year, and that's to Mae Jemison's benefit. The Jags trying to stay in the playoff hunt as they host Southside. And out at Lewis Cruz, they trailed by a score, but that would change right here. Jemison runs the option to perfection, and there go the Jags. A 6-point sprint would be all this time as they can't convert on the extra point. And then Rico White decides to keep his foot on the gas, opting to go to the squib kick on the kickoff. It's a risky call, but it ends up paying off as the ball skips away from Southside and back into the Jags' hands as A.Z. McCall recovers. Mae Jemison would drive from there, getting right up to the goal line, but that one would come up empty with the Panthers' defense holding strong as Southside wins 27-6. And of course, we've got another exciting slate of college football games this weekend. Up first, it's the first road game of the season for Auburn. The Tigers will try to take down the 5th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs in the 129th meeting of the Deep South's oldest rivalry. Kick is set for 2:30, and of course, you can catch all the action right here on Way 31. And then at 3:15, top-ranked Alabama will look to extend their win streak over the Commodores to 24 games when they kick off in Nashville at 3:15.
And we've got a busy day of FCS action as well down in Mobile. Alabama A&M open SWAC play against Jackson State in the Gulf Coast Challenge, set for a 4 p.m. kick. At the same time, out in the Shoals, the Lions will be searching for their first home win of the season as they host Utah Tech in that one. All right, well, before we sign off for the night, we would like to take a moment to thank our radio sponsors for making tonight's show possible.
And of course, a massive thank you to everybody behind the scenes that helps make this show possible. Everybody in production, all of our shooters, editing, sound, all of that great stuff. It would not be possible without them. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you guys for tuning in and making Way 31 your home for high school football.
And to finish this week's show, as we always do, time to take a look at some of the best plays from Week 6 of Big Game Friday night. Take a look.
Good night, everybody.
You've been watching a special presentation of Way 31 Sports.